Hi there, my name is John Stevens, pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we're part of the ELCA, and welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take an item from we're actually not going to the Dollar Tree, and so this is for what Sunday is it? I forget which Sunday it is. As you probably have that feeling as well, this is for the 5th Sunday in Lent. It feels like the 27th Sunday in Lent, but that's so for the 5th Sunday in Lent, we're looking at either the gospel lesson or the first reading. The gospel lesson, Lazarus and Jesus wept. Tissue. How do we show love to one another? The fact that Jesus is showing love and feeling emotion for his friend. This is a time where our emotions are running high, and when to have this gospel where Jesus weeps, and that it's okay to be, it's okay to have your heart broken. And God is there with us. God knows about that. And so I've used this before, but using tissue to talk about it and showing it to the kids on Zoom or however you're worshiping. So there's that. There's the first lesson is Ezekiel, I think. I'll make sure I'm right on here, but yeah, it's Ezekiel, and it's the Valley of Dry Bones. And I mean, talk about a story. And that's what I like this on the commentary on Working Preacher. It says, now this is a story. I mean, it's so true. And so part of that, what I've used before, and you could do this wherever you're at. You can get a bag and you get some rocks and you retell the story. And when you retell the story, when the bones start coming together, you take the rocks and you shake them together. I always make sure that the kids see it. You're not trying to hide them. You're not trying to scare them. But in the sense where it's like God takes this field where there are bones lying all over the place, and something's happened here. Something either tragic or something has happened here. There is grief. There's all kinds of bones around, and then God says to speak to them, and you speak to them, and as they're being spoken to, they start to come together, and you can't hardly believe it, and it's God bringing new life about, and you take these rocks and you start shaking them together as everything comes together, and just retelling the story. And this is, I think, a perfect time for us to do that, is to retell the story that out of death comes life, that God calls forth and gives us new life. And I think there's something to be had there. So that's the direction I'm going. That's where what I'm suggesting is retelling the story, or talking about grief and talking about that with Lazarus dying, and Christ feels grief that his friend had died, and even in that he calls forth and brings new life for Lazarus and the promise for a new life for you and me. All right, that's what I got. Thanks for stopping by. Stay safe. I'm praying for you all. I ask for your prayers as well, and we will see you in a week.